It is called as enhanced ER diagram. This is the extended version of a ER diagram. We know that if it is a ER diagram, it is entity relationship diagram. So there will be three different features are added to this ER diagram to make that as a enhanced ER diagram models. So the three concepts here we can add. The three concepts are, first one is specialization, okay. Second one is generalization, specialization, then it will be generalization, and the third one is categorization. Categorization. So we will discuss one by one. First one is specialization. So what exactly meaning of a specialization? Now specialization is based on the concept of a superclass and subclasses. Okay, that means from one class, if you can divide into number of subclasses, then it is called as the concept of superclass and subclasses, just like your inheritance property. So it is based on the property of inheritance. Okay, so the objective of inheritance is nothing but you have some superclass, from that superclass you can find out some of the subclasses, and always remember the characteristic or property of a superclass is also the property or characteristic of its subclasses. Okay, of its subclasses. Now if from a superclass I can construct multiple number of subclasses, or you can call like this, a superclass may be divided into number of subclasses which having the similar type of a characteristic, then it is called as specialization. Okay, and always remember, if it is a specialization, it is a top down approach. So what is the actual meaning of the top down? We have to start from the root, we have to reach up to the leaf nodes. That is it is a top down approaches. You have to start from the base, you have to find out each and every node, then it's called as a top down approaches. So specialization is nothing but a top down approach, whereas generalization is the reverse of specialization, it is a bottom up approach. So if it is a specialization, it has to denoted by a relation, it is called as has a relation or is a relation. So this symbol is denoted like this. You can write the specialization value within this type of a relation, it is called as is a relation or has a relation. So for the moment, just remember, if it is a specialization, it is a top down process. From a source of one entity, we can divide into number of sub entities. So one entity will be there, it is called as a super entity or base entity. From that super entity, you can divide the number of sub entities. That process is called as, this one is the sub entity, let it will be sub entity, again it will be sub entity, again it will be sub entity. The process is called as specialization. From one super entity or from one entity, you can find out multiple number of sub entities. So if I take an example, you can easily clear from that example. Okay, suppose let us consider an example, it is employee. Let us consider an example, it will be employee. Employee is a entity. So employee is an entity. So for the employee, there may be multiple number of attributes. Just like this, I can say that it is a employee ID. Since employee ID is a primary key, I have make that as a underline. then it may be employee name. Okay, it may be employee name. Good. Then let it will be employee salary. Let it will be salary. Completed. So let these three attributes are associated with the employee. Now for the employee, I have to, is there any specialization relationship exist in the employee or not? Okay, so how to write this one is nothing but employee is a relationship with some values, some sub entities. So I can write like this: employee is a. Now if it is a employee, I can say that there will be multiple number of employees are there. Either the employee may be, let us consider a software company. Okay, so the employee may be tester, or the employee may be developer, like this. So the employee may be tester, those are go for the testings. So the employee may be tester, or the employee may be developer. The employee may be developer. So from one entity, the entity is called as employee, I have derived two number of okay. So if this tester, it has its own attribute, developer has its own attributes, like this, and it is also associated with the tester, it is also associated with the employee ID or not? It may also associated with the employee ID. Okay, similarly it is also associated with the employee ID. So what is the meaning of this one? And also it can consist of their individual attributes. So the entity which is present in the subclasses, it can consist of the attribute of this base class or this super class. It may also associated with its own attribute list, and this mechanism is called as specialization. This mechanism is called as specialization. It is a top-down hierarchical process. One entity type here. What is the entity type here? It is called as employee. We can divide the employee into two number of employees. Okay, so this is all about specialization. Now let us consider another example. You can easily clear from that example. Suppose I have to say that is a person. Okay, so I have to say that is a person. So person is an entity, is a super class. You can divide that, you can write like this. The person can be defined, or you can write like is a relationship, or you can make this type of circle over there. It will indicate if a person will be there, the person may be employee and the person may be non-employee. It may be possible or not. The person may be employee and the person may be non-employee. Okay, so that process is called as specializations. That process is called as specialization. Am I clear to all of you what is exactly specialization? From a base entity type, if you can derive multiple number of entity types, then it is called as specializations. Okay, so once a specialization is there, remember one thing, it may consist of the attribute of its superclass, that it may consist of employee ID, or it may consist of its individual attributes. So, and this is a relationship is called as the relationship how we can divide the superclass into subclasses, or how can divide the base entity type into the number of sub entity types. Okay, so specialization is completed. Then we will move for the generalization. So the generalization is a reverse process of a specialization. Generalization is the reverse process of specialization. If you say that it is a generalization, it is a bottom-up approach. It is a bottom-up approach. Okay. Generalization. So we can call that as a bottom-up approach. So if it is a bottom-up approach, we have to go for the leaf to root node. So we can call that as a bottom up approach. So what is exactly the reverse process of specialization is called as a generalization. So the reverse process, the exact opposite process of specialization is called as generalization. Now let us consider the same example. Suppose is a tester, another one is a developer. If the tester is there, another one is a developer. I can write like this: one is a tester, another one is a, let it will be developer. So if I merge these two, the relation name is a relation. It should be a relation between these two. We can write that is a relation. So it will find my person, or here it will be employee. So it will find my employee. Okay. So the tester and the developer will combine together to form a single entity type is called as employee, and the process is like this, bottom to top, and that one is called as generalizations. Okay. Second thing, let us consider another example. Suppose that example, let us consider we have some faculty. Okay, faculty, another one equal to students. So there will be two number of sub entity are there. One is faculty, another one is student. So they may be associated with their individual IDs. So it is nothing but faculty ID. Attributes are faculty ID. Here the attribute equal to student ID. Here the attribute equal to student ID or roll numbers like this. Now if I join these two, to form, let the relationship is a relationship. We can call that as a relationship. So now both faculty and student, can I call that as a person? Both are person or not? Faculty and student, we can call that as a both are persons. So if it is a person, then its attributes may be there. Is a person name, is a person address, or you can say that person contact numbers like this. So this is all about the generalization constants. That is, it is a bottom up process by adding multiple number of subclasses. If you can get a single superclass, then that one is called as generalization. From superclass, if you find the subclasses, specialization. From subclasses, if you join the subclasses to form a superclass or super entity type, then it is called as specializations. So now these two is completed. Either it is a specialization or it is a generalization. So simple thing you have remember: top down approach, specialization; bottom up approach, generalizations. Okay. So once it is completed specialization and generalization, we can go for the different type of aspect of the generalization and specialization is completed. Then we will go for what is exactly categorizations. So if I say that is a categorization, that means, okay. Now what is exactly meaning of a categorization? If you can add multiple number of super entity to find one entity, then it is called as categorization. By adding multiple number of super entity, not sub entity, by adding multiple number of super entity, if you can get one sub entity, then it is called as a categorization. Okay, let us consider a small example. Suppose I say that a person will be there. He is the let us consider home. He has the home. Okay, then he has some of the office. he has some of the office. Okay, then he has some of the, let us consider it will be vehicle. Am I clear? It is vehicle. So now if it is a vehicle, then you can merge all those sub entities. You can merge all those super entity to form, it is called as the union. Like this you can find a owner. So the owner is a sub entity which can be formed by home or office or vehicle. Then this type of a thing is called as categorization.
Can you repeat it? I could not understand.
Okay. So what is the exactly difference between this generalization and categorization? In generalization, you have to add the number of subclasses to find a superclass. But in case of categorization, you have to categorize multiple number of superclass to form a subclasses. Suppose a person who is a owner of a home, he may be the owner of office, he may be the owner of some vehicle or not. So home is a entity type, office is all the office is the entity type, and vehicle is the other entity type. Okay, so the owner may be the owner of a home, may be the owner of office, may be the owner of a vehicle. So if we collect all those superclass for this owner type, then it is coming under categorization. Okay.
The owner is a subclass.
Subclasses. If you multiply the superclasses, then you can call that as a the number of a superclass are merged together to find a subclass, then it is called as categorization. Okay.
In this, it is a bottom-up approach or top?
So
Top-down approach.
it is exactly it is a top-down approach over here. Here we have to merge all those things to find out a owner like this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Good. Now another thing is left over here. We can call that as a aggregations. What is exactly aggregations? So if you say there is a aggregation, so I'll erase that part. Let us erase this generalization part. I have to add one thing over here. It is called as aggregations. Okay. So the meaning of aggregation is nothing but suppose what is the exact use of this aggregation? In all the ER diagram, it is not possible to represent all the relationship between an entity and the relationship with the other entity in a single frame. Okay, it is not possible to represent the relationship among the multiple number of entity with a particular relationship. Okay, so in those scenario we can aggregate all the entity with a different number of relations, then it is called as aggregation of the relation with the different number of entities. Okay, so let us consider an example. You can clear from that one. That means if you cannot define a single relationship among multiple number of entity, you have to take the help of a multiple number of relationship, and those collection is called as aggregations. So let us consider one example. Let we have some of the projects. We have a project entity. Okay, so let some of the employee is working for the project. Some of the employee is working for the project, and my relationship is works for. My relationship is works for. If the relationship is works for, I can denote like this. So this type of structures. Next, if it is works for, then we need some of the machine for this one or not? We need some of the machine for this one. Until and unless there will be some machines, how the employee can work for the project? So we need sum of the machines. Okay, so if we need sum of the machines, we cannot add it in the works for. Can I connect the machine? Can I connect the machine here directly? No. So if I connect the machine here, is the employee works for the machine? No. The machine works for the project, but the employee cannot works for the machine. Just like this, you can check. Suppose here I have added directly machine. So what should be the problem? We have to map like this. Instead of taking another relation need, I have directly added machine over here. So what should the problem? That means one part is satisfied. Which part is satisfied? The machine works for sum of the project. The machine is working on the sum of the project, but the machine works for sum of the employee. It is not possible. Okay, or the employee works for the machine is not possible. So if this one is there, I cannot take another entity type which is called as the machine directly for the works for. So in that purpose, since I cannot take this part, I have to take the help of another associated relationship among those three type of entities: project, employee, and machine. And name of this relationship is called as need. Now we have to know that which side is many and which side is one. If it is a project, the project may consist of n number of employee. Okay, a employee may be associated with a multiple number of projects completed. Now a machine, it may works for m number of projects. M number of projects can work for, or m number of one project can consist of m number of machines. Am I clear to all of you? Now we have to check which side is total and which side is partial. If there is a project, definitely it requires sum of the employee. But if it is employee, it does not guarantee that he is working on sum of the projects. So this side is equal to total and this side equal to partial. This side equal to total and this side equal to partial. Okay. So next thing is that we have to identify what is the total participation and partial participation. If the project, it definitely needs with the machine. So for the existence of project, machine will be there. This side equal to total. But machine, it does not guarantee that he is working for the project. He may be the ideal of the sum of that. So this side equal to total, this side equal to partial. Okay, I think it is clear to all of you. Is there any doubt regarding this one, or should I take another example? Is it clear, or should I go for the another example?
Another example, sir.
Okay, good. So now exactly let okay, so same example let us take. Suppose one is employee. Same example let's take. One is employee, another one is project. So what should the relationship over here? Employee and project. It may be works for, or it may be works on like this. So let the relationship equal to works on or works for. Okay. Now I have another entity. That means this one is a one part. This one I can take as a one part. But to connect to this part, I have to take another relationship. Let my another entity equal to manager. Okay. So can I say that the manager is working for the project or employee? If it is a manager, what should the relationship? The relationship is
Manages.
definitely it will manage. Am I clear to all of you? We cannot use this works on for the manager for the both employee and projects. So this is exactly the meaning of aggregation. You can aggregate multiple number of a relationship with the two number of two number of entity or any number of entity over there. We can join the here it will manage, here it will be works on. We can mod the multiple number of relationship to form a single relationship over here. Okay, so this is all about aggregations. Okay, aggregations, or you can call that as a specialization, generalization, and always remember it as a, we can say that it may be a has a relationship, or it is a relationship. You can denote like this, is a relationship, or you can also write is part of the relationship. So those specialization, generalization, and aggregations and categorization can be denoted like this. So this is all about what is basic idea of a specialization, generalization, and categorizations. Then we'll later on we'll go for what are the advantage of this one, why we use this one, what is the constants that are associated with those type of things. So basically types of specialization, we'll discuss the types of specialization later on. Okay, up to now we have only discussed about what is a specialization, what is a generalization, and what is categorization, and what is aggregations.